And due to that, the shape of the earth is like this. The central part, this part is bulging out, protruding out. Clear? Due to rotation, which produces centrifugal force. So remember, what is the cause of this shape? Clear? So this is the shape of the earth. Now, in ancient times, people believed that the earth is flat. They did not believe that it is round. Very few people who had the time, the energy and the interest, they, through mathematical calculations, through a lot of research work, they finally came to the conclusion that earth is not flat. It is a circle. And for you all, there are 3 names you should be knowing. I have written them down for you. The first person's name you should be knowing is Eratosthenes. You can spell it and write it down. Eratosthenes. He was a Greek mathematician. Eratosthenes, a Greek mathematician. He was the first person who calculated the size of the earth. And the way you will write it is, he calculated the circumference, okay, around the equator, and write it down as approximately 40,000 kilometers. The exact figure you need not learn. Approximately you can write down 40,000, I've written it here, 40,000 kilometers. This is the earth's circumference along the equator. So through his calculation, he proved that it is round. 2 or 3 other names: Aristotle, Aryabhat, he was an Indian, and Pythagoras. These 3 through their research work, through their studies, they put forward the belief that earth is not flat, it is a circle. So these 4 names you need to remember. Clear? Now, lot of arguments were there, and they had to prove to the general public that the earth is really a circle. And a big portion of that first chapter contains all the proofs. Now, we will go into those proofs. So you look up at the points that I have prepared for you, summarized it. Can you see this? Evidences to prove that the earth is spherical in shape. And I have listed out 10 proofs. Right from ancient times till the most modern proof. I read them out to you. Sighting a ship from a seashore is the first point, first proof. Second is sunrise and sunset. Third is appearance of the horizon. Fourth, position of the pole star. Fifth is lunar eclipse. Sixth is circumnavigation. 7, Bedford. It's B-E-D-F-O-R-D. Bedford level experiment. Number 8 is effect of gravity. Number 9, Earth, a member of the solar system. And number 10, satellite pictures. So all these are proofs, and we will go through them quickly so that you will be able to understand as well as explain these proofs in your answers. Now, in case of the first proof, clear? If there is a person standing on the seashore, clear, and he is looking towards the ocean or the seas, Had the earth been a flat surface, clear, had the earth been a flat surface and a boat or a ship was approaching, clear, had this been coming towards the land, this is the oldest proof. If it had been approaching towards the land, the ship would have been visible from top to bottom. The topmost part, this is the mast of the ship, okay, and this is known as the hull, the lower part. If the earth had been flat, from the time the ship started coming towards him and his eyesight could reach till that point, he would have been able to see the entire ship. But this does not happen like this. Since the shape of the earth is a curve, it's a curvature. Clear? The ship is coming from here. In the beginning, he can only see a little dot, small point. Clear? As this dot comes closer, he realizes it is the topmost part of the ship. First, the topmost part is visible. And then slowly, as it comes closer, then the lower part of the ship is seen. So in the olden days, this is how they proved. No instrument was needed. No gadget was needed. Stand on the seashore and see the ships and the boats. One which is going away, same process you will see, only thing, part by part it disappears. If it is going away, if it is coming close, from the topmost part slowly we'll see the lowermost part. So understood this first point? Coming to the next proof. The next is sunrise and sunset. Now, everyone knows by now that the earth is somewhat like this, tilted on its axis, and if the sun's rays are falling on this part of the earth, there is daytime here. And opposite side experiences night. That means this also proves that the earth is round. It is like a sphere. All the places on the earth have different times of sunrise and sunset. If the earth had been absolutely flat like this, this would have been the earth. All places would have sunrise and sunset at the same time. No changes. So this is also easy to remember. We come to the third evidence. The third evidence is appearance of the horizon. Now, what the horizon means, you can note it down. Horizon is the imaginary line where the earth and sky appear to meet. When we climb to the top of a building and we look into the distance, at a certain point it seems as though the sky is touching the earth. That is the horizon. If we stand on the sea beach and look towards the water far into the distance, again at a point we will see it seems as though the sky is touching the earth. That is the horizon. Clear? Now the third point, the third evidence which I mentioned, appearance of the horizon, you can note down the horizon of the earth is circular. And the diameter goes on increasing as we are viewing from a different angle. So from the shape of the horizon also we know that the earth is circular in shape. Coming to the fourth evidence. The fourth evidence is the pole star. Now the pole star is visible from the North Pole. Just note this down. The pole star is visible at the North Pole, that is 90 degrees north. Clear? At what angle? At 90-degree angle. That means exactly above. No other place, this is the angle of the pole star. As we move from the North Pole towards the equator, at the equator, equator's degree is 0 degrees. At the equator, the pole's angle is 0 degrees, meaning at the equator, we can't see the North Pole at all. Sorry, the pole star. This is the evidence for the pole star. Pole star is seen at the North Pole at 90 degrees, means directly above the head. At the equator, it is not seen at all. If the earth had been flat, pole star would have been visible from all places at the same angle. Okay, so this needs also to be learned. Coming to the next evidence, lunar eclipse. What is the meaning of lunar eclipse? Note that down if you don't remember your class 7's portion. The position of the sun, earth and moon is such that the earth's shadow falls on the moon. How does this happen? This is the moon, then comes the earth in between, and the sun is here. Clear? The sun's rays are coming like this. This is acting like an opaque body. Clear? And the shadow of the earth is falling on the moon. And the parts that we can see, we see it like an arc or a curve, showing a, you can complete the point, showing a curved surface. So this is also a proof that the people could not argue against lunar eclipse. Remember, in the lunar eclipse, Earth's shadow falls on the moon. Coming to the next evidence. The next evidence is circumnavigation. Now, many students understand circumnavigation but are unable to write the definition. So please note, circumnavigation is journeying or traveling from a point on the Earth's surface and returning to the same point. Same point or place. You can also write it as place. Clear? And in the olden days, one particular, we can call him an adventurer. He was also a very knowledgeable person by the name of Magellan. This name is important related to this term. He traveled on the seas. He sailed from one place, clear, and returned after traveling all over the world back to the same place. So, by circumnavigation, we can prove that the earth is round in shape. In modern days, people do not practice this by traveling on water because it is very time-taking. You can fly. On an aircraft, the same process can be completed. Start from one point and all over you can go and come back to the same point. So circumnavigation proves that the earth is not flat. It is a sphere. Now, we are moving on to experiments that were performed in the olden days. This experiment has been called Bedford Level experiment. The name Bedford comes from the name of the canal. There was a canal and this took place in England. You know what a canal is? It is a cutting made from the river to transfer water from the river towards the agricultural fields. Clear? So the canal is constructed like this, like this. It looks like a river, but it is man-made. The sides are plastered. Clear? The floor of it is level land, not like the rivers bed.